Welcome to the Harris Show. I'm your host, Jamal Harris. I'm with my sister and co-host, Angie and Angela.
What's up?
Whatever the fuck she wants to go by. Nobody really gets it. But,
Everyone, no. Start over.
Starting over.
Start over.
And we're joined by my girlfriend, the lovely Aisha Jones. Today we're talking about dating again, but this time I'm asking the question. So let's get it going. Question number one. What are some red flags in dating? Whoever wants to jump on the
Wait, you said what are the red flags in dating?
red flags. So whoop flag.
Oh, wow.
Oh, red flags. Probably when they're like super not overprotective, but super controlling. That's probably a red flag for me.
How they talk about their mom, or like the women in their life.
Oh my gosh.
Big.
Oh my gosh.
For me, it's usually always
Been there, done
talk
that.
about Black women, how they feel,
Oh yeah.
how many Black friends they have.
Damn, you got a lot of red flags.
Oh, I do. There's a let's see. Yeah, how controlling they are, how they talk to their friends, how they talk to people in general.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Aisha took it over. She got all mine.
Respect
I
is
agree.
for me. How you respect the people.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, respect is big for me too.
I guess it was a tweet, but I saw some girl post on my Snapchat, and I was all like, "Oh, that's a good ass question." What are some green flags in a relationship and dating? Sorry.
I'm assuming green is good because I've never heard that phrase before.
Why would it be bad?
What makes me like, that's a good sign. Probably manners for me. Dang, what are some green flags?
They just got to be nice to you.
No, I'm just saying, like, I never think about the like, oh, what are the good signs? I'm always like, nah, stay away from this, and that. I never take time to be like, oh, damn. My bar isn't low though.
Would you say that's a good thing? Like you focus on the negative more than the positive?
No, it's never good to focus on the negative in any situation. But it's just like
what qualities they don't have and you're not looking for specific qualities, then your bar is technically gonna end up being automatically lower, and you're gonna accept a lot of people into your life that probably don't meet a lot of the qualities that you should be looking for just because they don't have those like 6 or 7 that you
yeah.
I had a follow-up question, but you just jumped out there. So why do you think you focus so much on the red flag instead of the green flags or the green signs? Hold on.
I think because just from who I've been, I'm not gonna say dated, but who I've came across in life, they've sorry. Just like who I've encountered in life, there's always been some signs there. So now trying to date, I'm always like, all right, make sure you don't fall for this again. And you know what I mean? I'm so focused on trying to make sure I don't repeat my mistakes, because they were definitely some mistakes. And just, but there's all I also look for positive, but I definitely be like on the negative. I'm so alert now. It's definitely, I've came across some interesting men in my life. So yeah. So that's why.
What are some positives, Aisha?
I look for positive relationship with their family. That's a big deal to me.
Really?
That one's a little.
So what I consider doesn't necessarily mean extended family. I'm talking about like your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers.
I get that, but some people have some terrible families, so I understand. Yeah.
Some people do, but do I want to get into that? You know what I mean? Like
that's true. That's true.
Get into, and then you're basically this person's like only support system. So that's something to be aware of when like you're entering a relationship with that person, because you have to know.
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of typically, I'm pretty close. I love my sisters and I'm friends with them, and I enjoy, or my sister and my brother, and I enjoy hanging out with them, and I enjoy my parents and all this stuff. I would like my partner to be able to do the same thing with their family.
Same. Yeah.
So that's something I do look for. In terms of like positives, I like educated people. I tend to be attracted to somebody who has their own opinions that are informed by facts and not just how they feel.
Yeah.
I don't know why you with me. I'm ignorant.
Please.
He swears, but
I say some ignorant stuff.
You say some ignorant
you say it, but you're still educated. Yeah. You're still educated.
You know it.
Dumb. Yeah, I think knowledge is so like just knowledge and passion. Knowledge and passion for me, like that's my biggest thing. I love when they're passionate about something.
Yeah.
Also, I know this is gonna sound mean, but a red flag for me is when they got SoundCloud in their bio. Because I don't want to support. I like if they suck at whatever, like rapping, singing, then I gotta support that.
Not true.
I just don't want. Yes, because
what do you?
That is true.
See, this is the problem. If you think that something is bad, you should be comfortable enough to tell your partner or somebody that you're interested in that it's bad. Sometimes it's
Have
not.
you tried to tell an artist
Sometimes
that they're bad at something?
Yes, I've told people. Sometimes it's
How
not.
did you get that message then? Was it constructive and they were like, you know what, you're right, let me fix this? Or were they like, my ego was bruised and now I don't like you anymore?
Well, nobody's going to like telling them that something's bad. But they have, if they're close to me, they could take it.
Once again, you are an outlier in this situation. Ego wins usually.
What I'm saying is, sometimes something's bad, it's just not for you. Example, like Uzi Vert. He's not for everybody. I happen to like Lil Uzi. But like, if somebody didn't like Lil Uzi, I'm not gonna be like, "What's wrong with you? He makes the greatest music in the world." Like, he's not for nobody is for everybody. So that's what I would tell my partner. This ain't for me. I don't rock with this. I would say what I don't.
Yeah, but that's
you can support in other ways. People think that you have.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying no one's gonna want to constantly hear like your shit is ass, because that's like
It's not for me. Like
that would hurt.
But
from their girlfriend or boyfriend, they want support.
If my girlfriend, you and this, my imaginary girlfriend, because I'm not gonna use you in any of these questions and answers. Just want you to know this is all. They say that it's not for them. I'm not gonna keep coming to them for opinions on it.
Okay.
All I want them to do is repost it. A repost, nothing. And you don't have to like it to repost it. Trust me. I'm reposting some stuff I don't like. It's not that hard. A repost is free. We repost stuff people we don't even know. If you can't repost my stuff, even if you don't like it, you can still support it. That's a big difference. You don't have to like it. You can still support it. That is a bar.
Have you ever? But you've never been a SoundCloud rapper. It's hard, baby.
Because I am the SoundCloud rapper.
It's difficult.
I'm the nigga who's gonna be posting my stuff on SoundCloud. I find so many artists. This is the thing too. People be like, "Oh, SoundCloud rappers."
No, there's a lot of talented people on SoundCloud.
There's so many talented.
There is, yeah.
Good one. There's like 20 horrible.
For every bad, for every, but there's, but
and they go just as hard as the good ones.
This is why I say, if they're bad, if you're bad enough, society's gonna dwindle you out. It's not. It's gonna weed out the bad people. Yes, it will. if I keep doing something for 3-4 years and nothing's happened,
maybe there are people out there who are shit at music, who are still 40 years old, getting together once a week with their band members, still trying to make it, and they've been shit for 40 fucking years. But that's the point. Like, it's not gonna dwindle you out. You're still gonna try.
It's not gonna kill your. It's not gonna kill your dreams. But society is telling you that might not be for you.
But the point I'm trying to make is, I don't want to have to feel like I have to, you know.
It is your opinion.
Yes. Well, I'm not saying all SoundCloud rappers are bad. I'm just saying, if they are bad, like, I don't want to have to deal with that.
All right, listen, all you SoundCloud rappers, if you have a girl who's not supporting your dream, who don't want to see you successful, fuck her. Now, I'm going to move on to the next question, because my sister's clearly a hater.
Just don't date that girl.
Just don't date her.
I'm not a hater. I just don't date me. Exactly.
I mean, if I'm saying hoes, just girls.
Yeah.
All right. I got to get out of that habit. So, how important is taking space for yourself? And is there such thing as taking too much space for yourself?
Okay. If you would have asked me this 2 years ago, I would have been like, no, I don't think I need much space. But now, space is so important. I love being on my own. I love my alone time. But I can get too comfortable being alone. And so I don't necessarily need outside people to come in. So it gets a little tricky. But, like, space is important. I think everyone should be alone sometimes because it's nice. I love it.
I love my space. I think that's known a little too much sometimes, but I enjoy my own company and being on my own. And I do think it is healthy to have your own space and stuff. I do think it's possible to have too much space to the point where it's like basically not even a couple, that much independence. Sometimes. But I do think that if you can balance it properly, where you have your own life outside of your relationship, then it can enrich the relationship. Like, my grandparents, they were married for a long time. My grandma and my grandpa basically had events that they would go to, but for the most part, on their day-to-day, they was living separate lives. My grandma has like 14 different charities she's a part of. My grandpa was not a part of those. So she would be going wherever she wanted to go. He'd go and be with his friends. He may go golfing. She's going to go to a couple meetings. And then they'd come back and they'd have dinner together every night and like talk about their days or whatever. But they lived very busy individual lives that crossed over every now and then. And I think that's ideal. I think that would be something I could see myself doing, where you have your own hobbies and you have your own fun, and, you know, we can come together and share hobbies if we want. They took classes together, you know, they made space and room for each other, but also for themselves. And I think that's the ideal.
Yeah.
I need my space. I do.
I'm going to tell you.
I love it.
I wrote that question. I wasn't expecting her to be on here because it was aimed at her. Because
I can be myself forever. It's a lot.
Yeah, see, like with me, since I've been single for a year, like being by myself does not bother me. It's been a year, Damn. I've been single for a year, y'all. I'm open. No, I'm kidding. I've kind of just I kind of just love being on my own, but like I'm like a little scared I'm gonna get too comfortable and be like never want to jump back into a relationship again. So I'm like, okay, I gotta kind of dial it down a little bit.
Okay.
But I love being by myself.
Well, okay, she kind of hit on. Don't be looking at the question. So one of the questions was, can your partner have different hobbies than you?
Yeah. I want them to.
I encourage it.
Okay, and then
Yes, fully.
do you think you need to like any of their hobbies?
I think there need to be shared hobbies, like that both of you are mutually interested.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because then what do y'all do together?
okay, for instance, how many hobbies? Say I have 5 hobbies.
Yeah.
Say like I talk about me personally. I like sports. I like music. I like concerts. I like going record shopping. And I like eating. Right. How many of those hobbies does my partner need to like?
I don't think she needs to like them, but I think 2 out of the 5.
Ideally, like.
I would say 2 or 3.
Oh, here's the delay.
I would say 2 or 3. I think it's important to like share some interests. But
keep going.
Okay. I think it's ideal for you to share interests or whatever, but I also think that like you're individual people before you get into that relationship. So unless you met at like 3 of those hobbies that you already had, like it's unrealistic for you to get into. I think you should make an effort. I should try more, but I think you should make an effort.
What?
But
it's imaginary.
It's not imaginary. I know that's about me.
That wasn't about you.
It's about me. But it's okay.
Well,
I don't have no problem.
Y'all have eating, music.
No,
I forgot that other one.
We have eating and being black.
Eating, watching.
First of all,
Netflix.
I like concerts.
I'll tell you what you're not gonna hear.
Yeah, concerts.
I'm not gonna get any of the. I'm not gonna give y'all anything that I actually feel. So.
Well, I think it's important, but you guys could also find new hobbies together as well. It doesn't have to necessarily.
That wasn't the question.
Huh?
That wasn't the
okay,
question.
but I'm just saying, like, if
have separate interests, but I also think that it's important to share a hobby, and that could be finding something new, or that you already share. If you find that you don't share anything, then you can figure out something to share.
Okay. The order I wanted to answer these questions, I want to change how. All right, so can you date somebody who has like different habits?
Like what?
Say that.
Give me an example.
Like it could be like something as far as like say that I'm vegan, she a meat eater. Can you date somebody like different habits like that?
Yes, as long like for that example.
No. Okay.
Yes.
Say you're clean.
No, I know, but.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, because I always use that example, like, if I could date someone who, like, ate differently than me, I wouldn't have a problem with it as long as they didn't, like, bash me for wanting to eat meat, you know? As long as they weren't trying to, like, change my lifestyle just because they eating better or anything. But, like, a cleaning habit, I don't know, because I like cleaning dishes a certain way. I like my things a certain way, and if they were just straight nasty, that might affect the relationship.
Straight nasty. Just because they don't have to clean it, don't mean they nasty.
Okay, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if there's like a slob or something, like if they're fine with leaving the dishes for like 2-3 days, that's the problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like, you know, it depends what the habit is.
And if somebody leaves dishes in the sink for 3 days,
it's nasty.
The smell alone. People don't understand.
Yeah. It's just.
Maybe I have a strong nose. Actually, you can eat. It's okay. Shit.
A strong nose.
All right. What are some good...
Wait, I shouldn't answer the question.
She eating. I see what she's doing. That's why I moved on.
Sorry, I know you're eating. My bad, girl. My bad. Just not.
I could date somebody else.
I forgot.
I think it's pretty. Well, I don't know what dating is. Is that like before cohabitation, or is that like?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That's dating right now.
Yeah.
Those are different things.
I mean, what I mean about dating All right, living together, fine. If that's what you want to like pin it down to.
I think that it depends on the habit, but it can be done. It also depends on like set in those habits they are, you know, because you can form new habits, you can have conversations.
True.
New ways to compromise and work together and build a shared home. So I think that I could probably. Yeah, I mean, I am. So
yeah,
I am.
But you come. What happens do I got that you? What? See, this is why.
This is why.
Yeah, what'd you say? You're not using her in the scenario, so she's not using you. So don't take this all personal.
She just did. What is something you will compromise and won't compromise? So what are your, like, what can you compromise on and what can't you compromise on?
I answered this on the last one.
Yeah, I know.
My job. Yeah.
I guess I know what both of you guys would. We're going to skip. I know what both of you would compromise on. She wasn't supposed to be on. Since that's why it kind of, yeah. So can you forgive cheating?
No. I just had this conversation last week. That's crazy. And the people I had it with, they said if they were married, they could forgive it. And for me personally, I can't forgive it in any type of situation. I just, look, if you want to go out, do your thing, be single. Because I don't see any scenario where cheating is okay. Like, it's just not okay.
That seems like okay after marriage. Because that's after you, like, taking a vow and shit to me. Like, that feels
right.
like more
right.
that you've chosen to be
right
to do it. But no. No, I don't think I could.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like
because
I think especially before marriage and stuff, even after, like, that's after we have kids and stuff, that might be a little bit more, but realistically, I'm still going to be like, nah, and we can just be good co-parents or something. But when we have no other ties to wanting to be together,
yeah,
no, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Too young.
Yeah, I think
age is the reason.
Age is
I just
for me it is.
So if you're 40,
I don't care how.
So when I'm 40,
if I'm 70,
I do think it'll be harder for me at 40 than it would be at like right now. Right now I'm 20 and I'm cute. I don't really got to think about it. When I'm 40, I have to be like, oh,
cute.
Now I got to think about, okay, I got to be by myself.
Yeah, no.
That idea.
You're 20?
20 something. I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
And I am cute.
I ain't babysitting, so that's why you need to
First of all, sir.
Clarify.
Okay.
I'm not going to answer that question because I feel like my opinions on that. I don't know if I made it. Did I make it? Yeah, I'm not forgiving on that.
No, I think I don't know. I don't think I could.
It depends too. If we're in
trust somebody.
Yeah, I can't forget. Ain't no entanglement.
It's hard to it's hard to justify. I can't even think about a way that I would justify it because even if I want to be with you, like I have to now remember that this is something you were capable of doing to me, and I have to be okay with that.
Well, no.
In order to stay with you, yeah, you do because otherwise you're gonna hold this anger. No, but you're gonna hold this anger and this resentment towards a person that you're with for the remainder of the relationship. So it's not even gonna be a quality relationship. It's changed forever because of this. And so I'm resentful for staying. I'm resentful for leaving. Either way, you're kind of fucked. Like it's messed up, and that's because somebody put you in this position to even feel that way. So I know I would have to leave because like I'm not gonna. It's a disservice to me and you to stay in a relationship and try to make that work, knowing that I'm not gonna be able to move fully move past. So.
Okay. She's always frozen. Does your family and friends have to like your significant other? She's back.
She's turned.
Hey, flip your camera.
Hold on, my phone has to get it together real quick.
Let me pause it. All right, we're back. She had technical difficulties with her shitty internet. So,
but I agree with everything Aisha said. I just like throw that out there.
I'm on a different question.
Oh, but I just wanted to say I agree with what she said about cheating.
Does your family?
It ain't.
What?
Go ahead. Can you?
Does your family and friends have to like your significant other?
Yes.
Yeah.
To a degree, yes.
Yeah.
I don't want them to roll their eyes every time they see the nigga walk in, you know? Like, oh great, he's here. But at some point though, opinions don't matter. There's levels to it. Like if they could tolerate him, like if they could conversate with him, cool. But if they're not like the best of friends, that's fine with me.
It also
but I would like my parents to like him.
Like for me, my parents' approval was necessary. Like I really care about my dad liking the person I'm with.
Yeah.
Just because my dad is the most important man in my life. So like it's important to me that he likes who will become the most important man in my life. And
yeah.
So that was always really important to me. My mom liking them was also pretty important. My siblings getting along with them, like on a more friendly capacity, I would enjoy. And that's pretty much it though. My friends, yes and no. Like I want them to be okay with him and be able to like be around him if he's around and not be uncomfortable or anything. But if they like have a problem with him, I know it's probably because I'm gonna vent to them, so they're only really gonna know him.
Yeah, see, it's subject. Yeah, it's hard because like that's why I try to be careful of what I say, because you know once you tell your friends that one little thing, it's over. They're not gonna like. There's nothing you can do to bring it back. There's nothing you can bring it back. Nothing. So, but if my mom doesn't like someone I'm dating, it's probably a red flag for me because she likes everybody. So if she don't like them, then I'm like, ooh, this ain't gonna work. She's seeing something I don't see. But yeah, it's important.
Well, I'm a little different. I don't. Certain family members and certain friends need to like you. But as far as like some people, I just don't really care about their opinions because they have trash and they are negative and toxic anyway. Like you know who is negative and who's toxic. Like there's certain people I'm like, your opinion matters because I'm around you all the time, or I talk to you all the time.
Yeah.
I can't have like me talking to like one of my friends and then you being like, oh, you talking to that bitch, or that nigga.
Yeah.
That I can. But like if it's like somebody who's like a cousin that I barely talk to, or brother I don't really care about, or sister. These ain't real people, by the way, that I'm saying. But like, if it's like that, then I'm like, I don't care, you know, whatever. Ideal world, everybody.
Just the important people.
In the ideal world, everybody would like you, but it's not an ideal world. Everybody ain't gonna like you. A lot of people ain't gonna like you just because who you are, or what they think of you, their perception of you. So, it's a little different from
That's true.
Granted, probably my parents need to like you. But and probably a couple. I'm gonna go in my who need to like you. Parents. There's probably like 7 people who need to like you in my life. And the other people, it's just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, so I have 2 more questions. 3 more, I guess. But I kind of know the answer to one of them. What are some deal breakers? I think I kind of asked this question already. So what are deal breakers in past relationships?
Like,
If you feel like sharing, because I know.
I'll be selective. Lying was a big one for me. Just with like lying about stuff that really did not need to be lied about. Communication was definitely one. People I've dated would, instead of talking about it, just shut down and just ignore me and not talk about it. And I'm like, what are we gonna, like, how do we get past this if you're not gonna talk? Like, yeah. The mama thing, that one was real. That like talking about their mama. I remember I went on a date and probably like out of the hour, 45 minutes was spent talking about his mama.
Bad.
And I was like, I don't want to talk about your mama for 45 minutes. Like, I'm trying to get to know you, not your mother.
Really good. It can be a lot. If it's really, really, really bad, it can be a lot. So that's like, you don't want to find one on either side of that extreme. You want to like,
yeah, in the middle. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, lying was probably the biggest for me, because it's like, if you're gonna lie about everything, then what's the point of me trying to even talk to you? So, yeah.
A deal breaker I've had was the guy I never spoke in my relationship.
Mm.
It was kind of all about him.
Mm.
And he talked all the time. It didn't seem to notice that I wasn't talking or care.
Oh, that's a problem.
Like all of our conversations were just him speaking.
Damn, I can't imagine that.
It was a lot.
Especially
I loved him. I love him. And I'd be sitting here 45 minutes to an hour, just waiting for him to ask a question about me. Anything. No.
Shit, you
right. I don't like that.
It would have been warranted.
It would have been nice if I was more quiet. I'm not. I love him. Yeah, that was communication for the other.
Damn, I'm getting tubby, man.
I don't know. I haven't had that many relationships, but
I'm not talking about nothing in my history.
Next question.
Can you be in an interracial relationship? Why or why not?
What race?
No, interracial. That's it. I'm not saying can you date this race? This race. I'm asking you, can you be in an interracial relationship? If I wasn't in the picture for you, obviously, and I don't know your status, because
Yo, relax. Don't finish that sentence. I don't know, because I want some chocolate babies. I want a chocolate family. So I want to say, like, ideally I'd be like, yes, I'm open, but no, really, I don't think I could. Because, like, I need someone who's going to be able to relate to the Black experience. How are you going to relate to the Black experience if you're not Black? I could date, like, never mind. I ain't even going. No, I don't think I could. No.
That I could date. I could probably date somebody not Black. But they'd have to have a culture that they like are very connected to, that like ties in, like a culture, like their culture needs to be very, like, they need to be immersed in that shit. Like, and like, so like I couldn't date a white person.
White people have culture.
They have
Jersey Shore.
That's Italian.
That's white.
Italian American.
Beverly Hills. What's that show?
Jersey Shore.
I don't know what they have. Shit. I'm not a white.
Sure. I don't know. I don't know.
Unseasoned meat.
Stop. Okay.
They have a culture.
I just don't think I could participate with somebody. If it was a white person, they'd have to not be from like America white.
So it could be from Ireland,
Probably.
Australia.
Yeah, sure, maybe. But honestly, I'm not super attracted to though. That's also like preference wise. I'm always more attracted to people of color, and they tend to be the deep color in that.
Yeah.
So like.
Well, I'm dark white.
I like to find. Oh right. I like to.
Stupid.
Yeah, so I think I could. I think I've dabbled out there, but it's never been. I've dabbled.
Whoa.
But it's never been anything that I found myself really pursuing because it was just never.
I didn't know you
the attraction level was never there.
You dabbled in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamal. She said she dabbled. She dabbled.
I dabbled.
You dabbled in the.
You dabbled. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like life is so unexpected. So if I did end up with someone who wasn't Black, I just just go with it. But I
every time they come around on a holiday, if they're not Black, I'm gonna call them, "What's up, blank boy?" Just want you to know.
You're not.
Yes, is this a white boy? What's up, white boy?
Anyway.
I'm just keeping it real. Or if they have a name, like a nickname, I'm gonna call them.
Okay.
It's gonna be disrespectful.
But why?
Me and my brothers gonna keep it disrespectful.
You see what I mean? No, you and your brothers not, because were you disrespectful when your brother dated outside of a Black
what brother
person?
Which brother do you think?
They both did. That's what I'm saying.
Were you disrespectful either time?
Were you?
My brother didn't.
Either or, Jamal.
That we're talking about, since everybody, whatever. Mm-hmm. He didn't bring that up. So, because the girl would have to be comfortable with me.
Whatever. I just. Okay, obviously, if I'm gonna date, if I'm gonna date someone outside of the race, they obviously have to be comfortable around Black people. That's kind of
given.
No, they have to be comfortable with me, my humor. That's what I'm saying. If you're trying to bring them around me.
Okay, not too many people. You're
Oh, I just realized this is completely off topic. Rallies and checkers are the same thing?
Yeah.
Really? This is real. Okay.
Oh my God. Why does it say it on the bag?
I'm looking at her. No, don't show it. No free advertising over here. I ain't paying you, Aisha. We get 50 subscribers and only 50 people look at it. We're not giving them nothing.
You're stupid.
I think I could. I don't think, but I also think I would have trouble, like, creating, like, a life with that person. And, like, actually, like, I could see myself casually dating, but I think it would be hard.
Okay, yeah.
At it as a serious relationship.
So you wasting their time. Basically.
Yeah, and so I wouldn't do it. That's why.
Yeah.
I know myself at that level of like wanting.
Yeah.
Intimate relationship.
What does that even mean? I dabbled. I'm gonna start saying that. I dabbled.
Dip my toe in the water.
I dabbled.
We can have.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Like I attempted. I attempted, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't. I never did.
All right. I have one question. I crossed out all my questions on here because I wasn't going to ask this question because I don't really want to know. But now I'm curious because you dabbled in some stuff. What's the date that you've been on?
Like
wait, say it again.
What is the strangest date that you've been on?
Strangest?
Or like the most memorable date, whether it was good, bad. I said strangest is how I wrote it. But what's a like good, bad, whatever?
Thing is, I don't know who be watching this, so I'm trying to pick. I ain't trying to get myself in those situations. I guess like a bad one would be the one where he talked about his mom, and like I was just I was so uncomfortable the whole time, and he took me too far away from Carson to the point if I would have Ubered back, it would have been like hella. We were in I think Huntington Beach or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I was just uncomfortable.
You should already know.
Yes, because this is what like we went to Cheesecake Factory and there's one like close by, and he was like, well, no, I should have known right here. He was like, I don't really want to go around there. It's a little too ghetto, whatever. So he took me all the way to Huntington Beach. See, red flag right there. But I was like, all right.
Any black person that's like, oh, I want to go to Huntington Beach, red flag right there.
Listen,
there's nothing.
I know. So we were in Huntington Beach. It was pretty though, like on the water type stuff. But like the date sucked. It just was like I was texting my homegirls like, man, I want to go home. But then this is the fat girl in me. I was like, I'm not gonna leave before I get my cheesecake. So I endured that whole day, ordered my cheesecake at the end. He dropped me off. Talking about like, I can't wait to see you again. And I'm like, knowing like you're not going to, but thank you for the cheesecake. Yeah, it was real. It's just like some people, I don't know how some people are so unaware how like the connection is not there, but for some reason in their mind they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna see you again. It's like, no, I had a terrible time. Like you talked about your mom the whole time. I'm not interested.
It was the gentleman who didn't ever let me talk in a conversation. Mm-hmm. It was the only date we ever went on. We talked for a while. Like we had talked for months and months, but I lived in Cali. He lived in DC. So I was back for winter break visiting my family. And I finally agreed to meet up with him and go on a date. I did my hair. It was raining. He did not have an umbrella.
I have heard this.
You have heard this. He did not have an umbrella. My house is 15 minutes away from the closest train station. We were gonna walk because this dude, I guess, is too broke for the bus. That should have already been my turn to be like, okay, let me go home because you can't afford the bus ride. He did not. He told me that even though I knew where my house's closest station was, that he knew better than me. We walked 40 minutes to the train station.
Oh my God.
My hair was ruined. By the time we got to the train station, I had already texted my friend to meet us at the restaurant because I wasn't dealing with it no more. So by the time we got, the date was over. It was a group hangout. And he tried to like take me home and everything. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go with her. And he was like, okay, well, maybe we can do it again sometime. And I never let him do it again. Because it was ruined. Can't afford $4 to get on the bus. That shit was stressful. Oh my Lord.
I don't know if I had any bad days.
My friends don't have it so fast.
I don't think I've had a bad day.
Damn. Ain't the bus like...
I've had dates.
I've had a couple, but I've had some...
You didn't say nothing.
I said I had some really good dates that ended badly.
Oh, well, I have a couple of those. But I never had like a date. Like, damn. I didn't see it as a date, but I hung out with somebody and low key it just seemed like they just wanted some ding-a-ling. And I think and I just wanted to hang out. I thought we were like hanging out with friends. But then I was like, I low key invited other people. They just canceled. So, but yeah. That didn't go bad though, because like I went in there like that's my homie, so we was talking like homie. Then I found out later that they wanted something.
It was probably bad for her.
Probably bad for her.
And that's another thing I think about. I'm like, dang, what if I think the date was all like fun and good, and they're just like, this was ass. You know, it's always weird.
I don't know. It depends. Like me, it depends what I want. So, like if I don't get none at the end of the night and that's what I want, then it's a bad date. If that,
Mm.
it
I
depends.
mean, I feel like that should be talked, like your expectations should be talked about before you decide to go on a date.
No, not necessarily. As far as
Yes.
some girls would be like, "Oh, this isn't happening on the first date," and
Mhm.
it happens.
But if
So,
that's what they're saying, that's what you should go in expecting.
but if they kiss me
Yeah.
I'm inside,
Well,
and
then
they're
it's
like,
that's
"Yeah,
nice. That's a happy
that's
surprise.
Okay, Jamal. All this rubbing.
things change."
But yeah, I've been on. I haven't been on that many dates. I've had like hangouts and stuff
Mhm.
with dad, and the more I think about it right now, I'm realizing why I was single for so long because
Yeah.
I just did not know quality people. I don't think it was not great out here. DC is very, very good.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the people, but
You about to diss a whole area?
I personally did not meet any love connections out here. It was very hard for me.
I feel like I would thrive in DC.
I'm sure you would have.
Mhm.
But also, I was young at the time. I moved out here when I was a teenager, so it's not like I
Yeah.
had time to like have good relationships like that. It was always like something
Yeah.
we're either at my mom's house or your mom's house, or we have to go to the park because we don't want to be seen by the adults, and we have to catch the bus because neither of us drive. And yeah, it was not. No, it
Yeah.
was no money. It was not a fun
Yeah.
time meeting. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that I didn't start dating till late. I didn't start dating till my 20s. So
The right amount of time.
Y'all the same age.
She was waiting the right amount of time. Dating is so not
I've been broke my whole life, so I can't tell you. And even if I have nothing, you, I'm broke. Whoever
Question. Do you think it's a problem? Well, I guess for you, Jamal, would it be a problem if a girl came into the day expecting you to pay, and Aisha and vice versa?
No. Well, I think if you ask me out on the first date, then you should pay.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I ask you out,
Okay.
I should pay. But then after that, I think that, it's changed. I can't date somebody
Mhm.
I have to pay 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Granted, I probably am going to pay majority of the time because I'm probably going to get more money
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a man and we're paid more for the same job, which, yeah. But whatever. Despite all that, that's going on. I will pay, I think 70-30, 60-40. I like that. But if it's
Okay.
90-10,
That's a lot.
yo, what you doing? Unless you like, if you got to be like doing some amazing things if it's that. And I'm not even just talking, the double,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking,
Yes, got it. We don't need visual.
I have to get visual for my visual. Gotta be amazing. Like you have to be like, I just gotta be like, man, I love this girl so much that I'll do anything for her. I'll cut off my ball, like that type. If I'm doing that, you gotta be,
Yeah.
you gotta be like to the point that nobody hates you. Like you gotta be perfect, pretty much perfect.
I think that's unhealthy.
I think it's important to go into all dates with money free if it goes bad. I think that's usually if you ask me out on a date, I can expect you to be the one paying for it. But I also want to have my own money ready. So if it is a bad date, I can pay for my portion and I don't have to have a conversation with you or like any kind of, you feel like I owe you anything more. Like,
I feel like
because I feel bad sometimes when that situation happens. Sometimes if it is really, really terrible, I'll let you pay for my stuff because, like, fuck you, you wasted my time here. But sometimes if it's like not a love connection or something, but it clearly that they think that it is a real love connection, I'll like pay for the kind of situation because I feel bad.
It kind of depends too. Like, I'm saying all this as somebody who is working in a, like, I guess professional, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But like as a college student, I'm sure I probably wouldn't. My opinion would be different. Like 50-50 is cool. You know what I'm saying? You enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Let's split this shit. So that's why it's probably different now. Because now I have a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I can be like, oh, if I have a day, I'll pay. Or like, I would have said the same thing 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your last question?
Yeah. I just was wondering.
You want to do the out?
I'm good.
I just a guess, Jamal.
I just thought of something. I lost it. Oh, okay. So if you go on a date, right?
Yeah.
And the dude's car declines, would that have an impact on your dates?
Depends on if I like him already or not.
Yeah, if I'm already feeling him, I'm like, don't worry about it. I got this one. But if it keep happening, I'm gonna have to sit him down and be like, what's going on with your financial situation? Because this is a little bit much for me.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes though. But then I also think people aren't as honest as they should, and they try to do it big on dates and stuff. Be real with me. If you don't got it like that, we could do something different. We don't have to spend hella money on food and all this stuff. Get creative, you know? True.
Would you go on, do you have to go to like, I want to say upscale, like a 5-star, but does the restaurant that you go on the first date matter?
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't even like going out to eat on the first date.
Where do you like to go?
Because I always feel weird, like, because I'm trying to eat and you trying to conversate with me and I'm trying to eat my food. Like, so, but like, if we do something before and then go eat, that's fine. But, no, I don't think the restaurant matters for me.
It doesn't have to be upscale or nothing, but I think
we could go to Chili's, get that 2 for $20.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's still like a sit down kind of thing.
What if I like?
I think it's a different.
Yeah.
Like, let's pull up to McDonald's.
Or I'm like, let's go to Denny's.
Shit, that make me happy though. I love McDonald's.
All right.
I'm like, you want to go to McDonald's?
Yeah, give me higher standards.
It's not
another episode of the Harris Show. I've been your host, Jamal Harris, and I'm with my sister, who's been frozen but still talking for the past 10 minutes.